If you're hearing this as the day settles into night, let your spirit exhale. You have carried burdens today that no one else may fully see. Yet here you are, every ache, every tear, a testimony that to endure is sacred. Psalm 91 whispers into the quiet. Angels are already assigned to guard you, even now. You don't need to earn your rest. God's protection is not withheld until you're stronger. It surrounds you while you're weary. Surrender this moment. Lay down each worry that maps your heart. Breathe in the truth. You are held by a love that does not falter. Even if fear lingers, invite His presence to thread peace into your spirit. Let your soul speak what words can't hold. Lord, I'm here. I don't know how to fix it, but I trust you. That is enough, truly. Let your mind drift past the day's echoes, past conversations that replay the weight of what-ifs and if-onlys. Acknowledge the ache of unmet hopes. You've tried to be brave. You've tried to fix what's broken. And maybe you still wonder, will I ever feel whole? Yet here, in the quiet, God meets you where you really are. Psalm 23 steps softly beside Psalm 91. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. His rod and staff, they comfort you. His presence leads you beside still waters, restoring your soul. You are not forgotten. You are guided gently. His goodness pursues you every night, even as He prepares your heart for morning. Now feel gratitude rise, even for small mercies, blessings you may not yet see, a kind word you gave, a quiet courage you summoned, breaths you fought for. Thank Him for this breath, for being faithful through the day's loss and gain. Breathe out fear. Breathe in trust. Trust that the Holy Spirit is weaving rest deep into your bones. He is the good shepherd guiding you to peaceful pastures and safe places. To rest your heart, sleep in His promise. Let divine peace be more real than your worries. Listen to His love and fear not. His love is your refuge through the night. His mercy your companion until the dawn. Amen. Before the first light stretches across the sky, something holy is already unfolding. Though your eyes are closed and your thoughts may be tangled with what-ifs and unseen fears, heaven has not been still. Psalm 91:11 tells us, He shall give His angels charge over you, to guard you in all your ways. That promise is not distant, it is active right now. While you sleep, angels are not simply watching, they are working. They stand at the threshold of your life, assigned by God Himself, defending, guiding, whispering peace where fear once lived. You may not feel their wings or see their presence, but they are here, not because you are strong, but because you are His. Not because life is easy, but because His love is fierce. Rest in that tonight, not as someone left to fend for themselves, but as someone wholly covered by divine care. Heaven is not delayed, it is already surrounding you. And when you wake to a weight you cannot name, when dread creeps in before the morning breaks, remember, you are not unguarded. You are not alone in this. The ache you carry hasn't gone unnoticed. The tears that fall in silence still echo in the throne room of grace. What feels like chaos may in fact be divine choreography. The near misses, the unexpected peace, the moments you almost gave up but somehow didn't. These are not chance. They are grace in motion, the result of a God who commands creation to protect His beloved. You are fiercely remembered, constantly pursued by a love that sends help before you even ask. And that help comes not through fantasy, but through real, holy messengers. They do not leave their post. They are not distracted. They are here, still, standing watch while you rest. So breathe again, beloved, deeper this time. Let your soul lean into the safety already secured for you, not because you earned it, but because He delights in keeping you. Let fear lose its voice. Let the darkness lose its grip. The shadows cannot pass where heaven has drawn its line. You are sealed in sacred protection. Let that truth cradle your mind tonight. Let it ease the tightness in your chest and loosen the thoughts that won't quiet. God's covering is more real than your worry. You are not hoping to be defended. You already are. Sleep in that peace. Wake in that promise. You are guarded, you are known, and you are deeply loved. Amen. Surfer syllogisms and Sulu stillness feels impossible when your thoughts are loud and your heart feels heavy. The world may be quiet, but inside a storm still stirs. Regrets, what-ifs, words you wish you hadn't said, moments you wish you could relive. You lie awake, not because peace has come, but because your soul is weary from trying to hold it all together. And into this hush, God doesn't shout. He simply whispers, "Be still and know that I am God." Not do more, not fix it, just be. Be still. Be here. Be held. Stillness in His presence isn't about perfection. It's about permission. Permission to stop striving. Permission to let your walls down. Stillness is where surrender becomes a sanctuary, not because you are fearless, but because you are no longer running from the fear. In that holy pause, something sacred happens. You are known, not the version of you that smiles when you're breaking, not the one that performs strength. The real you, the tired, stretched, silent you, is seen. And more than seen, you are loved. God doesn't flinch from your vulnerability. He meets you there, tender and unshaken. Psalm 46:10 was never meant for the put together. It was breathed out for the breaking, for the soul whose greatest act of faith is staying still when everything screams to flee. Stillness is not the absence of fear, it's the presence of trust. Trust that even in your questions, you are being held. Even in your silence, you are being heard. Let the tension ease from your shoulders. Let your breath deepen. You don't need answers tonight. You need presence. You need to know you are not invisible in your pain, not forgotten in your fatigue. Be still, not to prove anything, just to remember. God is already here, and in His stillness you are fully known, fully safe, fully loved. When shame creeps in and tells you that you are too far gone, too broken, too much to be loved, pause and listen for a different voice, the voice of truth, the voice of Psalm 34, which says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Your pain is not disqualifying. Your weariness is not a flaw. God is not repelled by your brokenness. He is drawn to it. Your wounds are not signs of defeat. They are where His healing begins. You may feel invisible, like the battles you fight in silence have gone unnoticed. But God sees. He sees the tears no one else does. He knows the questions you don't dare ask aloud. He is present in your most fragile moments, not watching from a distance, but kneeling close. You are not abandoned in this night. You are not wandering alone. Even when the world looks away, your Creator leans in. And where others see damage, God sees a story still unfold. You belong, not because you've proven yourself, but because mercy was never something you had to earn. His arms are wide enough for your doubts. His grace is deep enough for your past. You don't need to fix what's broken before you come to Him. You only need to come. When shame speaks, let the promise of Psalm 34 rise louder. You are held, you are seen, you are loved. That is not a hope, it is a certainty. Rest in that tonight. You are not a lost cause. You are the beloved. You are His. Tonight, if the weight you carry feels invisible, if your exhaustion cannot be named and your sorrow has outgrown words, know this: you are not alone. The struggle that hides beneath your smile, the ache that lingers when no one is watching, is not unseen by heaven. God knows the depth of what you carry. He sees the silent battles over identity, worth, and hope. He is near to the pain you haven't spoken aloud, and closer still to the questions you fear have no answer. This prayer is for you, the one who keeps going even when everything inside says to stop. The one who wakes up tired, lives quietly with loss, and wonders if anyone really sees. God sees. And not only does he see, he understands. He doesn't ask you to clean yourself up before coming to him. He only asks that you come. No mask, no filter, just the real, weary, wounded you. That is the version he loves. That is the version he holds. So lay it down tonight. All of it. The fears you've tried to silence. The burdens you've carried alone, the doubts that have shadowed your faith. Let God meet you in that sacred surrender. Let his presence wrap around the places where you've run out of strength. Let this be the night you stop carrying what was never yours to hold alone. You are not forgotten. You are not too much. You are not beyond his reach. You are deeply seen, eternally loved, and gently carried by the God who never lets go. When the night stretches long and your spirit feels worn thin, it's easy to believe that morning is too far away. The darkness presses in, and your heart wonders if the light will return. But even here, even now, God's mercies are quietly unfolding. Not as a reward for endurance, but as a gift born from his unwavering faithfulness. Lamentations 3:23 says, his mercies are new every morning. That means this night, no matter how heavy, is not the end of your story. Something gentle and good is already waiting just beyond the horizon. You may not feel it yet. Your eyes may still be blurred with tears, your mind heavy with questions, your body aching from carrying what feels too much. But mercy isn't loud. It doesn't always arrive with fanfare. It often comes like dawn itself, soft, certain, and sure. God's mercy finds you where you are, not where you think you should be. It meets your weariness, your doubt, your frailty, and it does not turn away. It stays. It holds. It heals. You don't have to prove your worth to be worthy of it. You don't have to pray perfectly or believe boldly. You only need to rest in the truth that his mercy is already on its way. This is the grace that Psalm 34 speaks of, a God who is close to the brokenhearted, not because they are strong, but because they are his. The God who gathers your scattered pieces, not to judge them, but to make something whole. Let that be your comfort tonight, that you are not alone in this darkness. You are not abandoned to navigate the night without help. The very presence of God surrounds you, preparing what you need for the day ahead, and that includes mercy, tailored to your need, shaped by love, renewed with every sunrise. So breathe slowly now. Let your soul lean into that promise. Let your heart be still, not because the pain is gone, but because you are no longer carrying it alone. Mercy is not passive. It is powerful. It moves through the cracks of your doubt and fills the spaces where hope has gone dim. It steadies your trembling and strengthens your next step. It whispers that morning is not just a time of day. It is a spiritual truth. Light is coming, grace is near, and your heart, even in its hurting, is being prepared to receive it. Tonight, let yourself be held by the mercy that never runs out. Let your final thoughts not be worry, but wonder. Wonder at a God who keeps showing up with compassion that doesn't tire. You are not defined by your fears. You are not bound by the weight of yesterday. You are defined by the mercy that surrounds you, pursues you, and restores you. As you sleep, may that truth sink deep, and as morning comes, may you rise renewed. Not because everything is fixed, but because you are carried by the one whose mercies are new. Always. For you, in the stillness of night, when everything else is quieted but your mind won't rest, it may feel like surrender is a kind of giving up. But surrender in God's presence is not defeat. It is the boldest act of trust. When your thoughts swirl and your fears rise, when your instincts tell you to run or wrestle your way through, choosing to be still is choosing faith. It is not weakness. It is worship. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." This is not a command to stop caring or to step back in despair. It is an invitation to let go of what was never yours to carry alone. It's a holy call to lay down the illusion of control and rest in a strength beyond your own. Stillness is not about ignoring your reality. It's about making space for the reality of God. It's the quiet surrender that says, "I don't know the way, but I know the one who does." Stillness doesn't mean you're done fighting. It means you're letting God take up the fight that was never meant to be yours alone. It means releasing the need to have all the answers, all the outcomes, all the control. Stillness is where faith becomes embodied, where breath becomes prayer, and silence becomes the place where you meet the sustaining presence of God. It is strength wrapped in surrender. It is courage cloaked in calm. Tonight, let stillness lead you. Let it be the sanctuary your soul has been craving. You don't need to fix everything before you rest. You don't need to resolve the tension before you sleep. You only need to let go. Let God be the keeper of what you cannot hold. Let Him be the strength when yours has run out. Let the stillness remind you that He is not absent in your waiting. He is present in your letting go. Exhale now. Let the urgency drain from your chest. Let your body rest. Let your soul breathe. You are not surrendering to the darkness. You are surrendering to the light. You are not giving up. You are giving over. And in that holy exchange, you will find peace. You will find presence. You will find that even in the night, you are never alone. You are deeply loved, fully known, and completely held. When the night lingers longer than your strength, when silence stretches into sorrow and hope feels like a fading ember, it's easy to believe this is the end, that the light you once trusted is gone, that your prayers are falling into a void. But beloved, the night is not your ending. It is the sacred veil before the dawn, a passage, not a prison, a holding space for grace that has not yet unfolded. Though you cannot yet see the horizon, know that dawn is already in motion. The sun is not waiting on your faith to rise. It rises because God is faithful. Lamentations tells us His mercies are new every morning. That means this darkness is not forever. That means your pain has a boundary. That means hope, even when unseen, is still alive. The night may be long, but it is not endless, and you are not lost in it. Psalm 34 whispers that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. That nearness is not conditional, it is constant. Whether your heart can sing or barely whisper, whether your eyes are lifted or too heavy to open, He is here. Faith doesn't always look like bold declarations. Sometimes it's the quiet act of breathing through the night, of choosing to believe, even in exhaustion, that God is still holding you. Let that be your anchor tonight. Not answers, not clarity, just the steady truth that this is not the end of your story. Let your spirit pray without words. Let your soul rest in what it cannot see. And when morning comes, because it will, you will rise, maybe slowly, maybe quietly. But you will rise into mercies prepared for you in the unseen hours. Sleep now, not because the struggle is over, but because the one who holds the dawn also holds you. Let that promise wrap around you. Let it still your racing thoughts and calm your weary heart. This night is not the end. It is the threshold of a beginning soaked in grace. As this night draws to a close, rest in the quiet truth that you are held completely, compassionately, without condition, by the God who does not turn away. You've made it through the silence, the ache, the inner storms that no one else may know. And still, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. There is no judgment in your weariness, no shame in your tears, only mercy. Mercy that meets you right here, exactly as you are. Let this truth settle into your bones. His mercies meet you in the morning. Not just once, not just when you're strong, but every time. Every dawn is an arrival of grace, renewing, restoring, reviving. And in the stillness of now, you are free to exhale, to rest, to believe again, even if only in a whisper. I am still, I am safe, I am His. So close your eyes with this assurance. You don't need to strive to be loved. You don't need to carry what God already sees. What if stillness is your truest act of faith tonight? What if letting go is not weakness, but the very way God holds you deeper? You are not meant to bear this alone. Let Him be your refuge. Let Him be your rest. Let your final thoughts be peace, not because the journey is over, but because you're no longer walking it alone. If this prayer has brought comfort, let it be a quiet invitation to return, to come back tomorrow, to let your soul breathe here again. The love that wraps around you tonight will not fade with the night. It is steady, it is strong, and it is yours. Sleep now, beloved. The night is in His hands, and the morning, bright with mercy, is already yours. And now, beloved, may you feel what words cannot fully carry, this sacred hush wrapping itself softly around your spirit, a holy stillness that asks nothing of you but simply stays. In this quiet, every tear is welcome, every ache acknowledged, every burden met with tender grace. You have walked through valleys no one else may see, longing, fear, silent battles, and yet you are not alone. The presence that holds you now is not far or fleeting. It is mercy itself, breathing peace into the spaces where pain once echoed. Let this peace settle deep tonight, not as something you must reach for, but as something that comes to find you. A balm for the broken places, a light that gently breaks the dark. You are not held because you are perfect. You are held because you are His. Endlessly loved, eternally safe, deeply seen. Rest now in the arms of this grace, carried not by your striving but by His strength, until morning comes and mercy rises with the light.